Binding price floor. And what our junior tutor has written. Binding price floor isn't exactly a question, but what our junior tutor has written is that a binding price floor is set above the equilibrium price. It is binding because it requires the equilibrium to shift and resources to be allocated differently. The binding price floor is a government-imposed price restriction that requires the sale of a particular good not to drop below the equilibrium price. So I will draw price floor and a price ceiling for us. I will do the floor first. So this looks just like our regular market for a good. Oof, let me try that again. We've got our supply sloping upwards, our demand sloping downwards, and when there is no price floor or price ceiling instituted, we're going to have Q star and P star. Now, when we think about a price floor, that means it's a government-imposed restriction that the price must be at least as high as the price floor. So if the government were to set the price floor below this equilibrium, call it PF, it would have no effect because the price is already higher and the market would continue on as it already is. So for a price floor to be effective, the government must impose what is called a binding price floor. And a binding price floor is one that is set above the equilibrium. So if this is our regular market and a price floor set above the equilibrium, then the price moves from P star here to PF. Before the price floor, we had a quantity demanded that was equal to quantity supplied, but now we have quantity supplied way out here. And quantity demanded way back here. And because the quantity supplied is so much more than the quantity that's being demanded, that will leave us with a surplus. Similarly, we can draw a price ceiling. So again, with the price ceiling, we can draw our typical supply and demand. And again, we have what would be our equilibrium point here at Q star and here at P star. And a price ceiling, as you might imagine, is kind of the opposite of a price floor, is when the government imposes a maximum price. So the price cannot be higher than the price ceiling. So if we were to set price ceiling up here, we can see that the price is already below that. And as a result, the price ceiling is not going to have any effect. So for price ceiling to be binding, it must be set below the equilibrium level. So the equilibrium level would have been P star, but because we've imposed a price ceiling that is below, it drops to PC. From here, you look where the supply and demand curve cross the price. So we can see the supply crosses here. That's our quantity supplied, and we can see the demand crosses here. That's our quantity demanded. From here, we can see that our quantity demanded is greater than our quantity supplied. So this difference is what we're going to call a shortage. People want, say, 50 of this good, but there's only 25 in the market because of the low price. I'll let you guys take a picture of that. Cool. With that, we can move on.